So in this video, I want to be talking to you guys about the struggles as a content creator. As myself, I'm a content creator. I do produce content on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. I'm just a growing one. I just started recently, and I have been facing a lot of struggles lately, and I just want to talk to you guys about that. So first of all, I was in college doing BTech, and I had a plan of just putting content in YouTube. And right after the BTech has finished, I went to this my room and planned everything out what I was going to do. And I realized that I had to do most amount of work and just put out the content. The Hi Ayush. So I'm just talking about the struggles as a content creator, and just lately there's many problems and struggles related to that. So I realized that I had to just put some creation out there, and I know that maybe I was procrastinating on putting the videos, and maybe just expecting too much from other like maybe the podcast and things like that. So maybe doing something YouTube live, I'm not expecting anything, but it's where I can just improve communication and just give a maximum value, and that's what I want to try to do in this session. So as one talked about the after college, right after it was May, and I started this YouTube and going full time on that, nothing else. And I thought I can't do anything else, and I've been so focused, like doing self improvement activities, reading, journaling, gym, taking the videos, podcasting, shorts, and I've been so focusing on that and being on all the platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and not being so focused on only YouTube, and maybe just having more balanced life. And that is really affecting me in that couple of first months after college. And but now I'm more balanced in the unbalanced work, and I can see that I have the ability to just put the works in each compartment and do the necessary things at the particular time. And at that beginning part, we may have a particular idea or just uh, visualization of what we want to do, but at that time I just maybe produce the content and just to maybe get the validation, especially putting on the Instagram is felt like a bit just getting the validation. And I didn't have a clear idea of the type of videos I wanted to put and like a structure or even systems, which is so important as a growing YouTuber and content creator. You need the structure, systems, schedule, and a clear idea and plan of what you want to achieve, so you can just systemize the work, and it can be more achieving the long-term goals and not just trying to fulfill this short-term like pleasures or gratifications. So yeah, initially I had the high expectations, maybe in the May June month, and those are times that I was expecting that I had all the time in the world because college was done, and I thought that I would be able to focus on YouTube. But I'm just producing content on all these platforms and not doing what's required. It's just sitting down and thinking what I want to create and what I want to produce, and not just getting distracted from all the other platforms. So that's the main thing. You need to identify what you want to try to achieve, what you want to try to bring to the table. This give the value to others and the audience. That's so important. And in the beginning, I felt like I acted like a content creator more than being a content creator, and it is like I was faking it. I was just acting like I needed to make content just because I had to, but not because it is required or needed, and that quality really diminished. So that was the problem. So the struggles you need to identify and make sure that you need a vision of what you want to achieve and know that it will take a long time, and just focus on the long term. So when you put a web video out there and it's just kind of failing, you see that is it aligned with the vision that you have, and if it is, then it doesn't matter if the video is not doing so well. You just need to improve each video by video, and self-analysis is important. You have to do the self-analysis, but also at the same time, don't get stuck in the like analysis paralysis stage, where you just keep analyzing and reading and stacking up all the data, but you don't actually execute on that. And that's the most important thing: execution with the statistics and the data and the knowledge that you want to represent. So it felt like in the beginning, I just put out the content like a short-term gain, just to get a bit of a dopamine spike or pleasure. And in the long term, I look, maybe it was all right video, but some of them it just feels like it's not purposeful, and that was the beginning part of my journey that I just had to realize that. And after that, many epiphanies, many realizations I got, and that's when I just improved a lot. And I look back and I thought that in that moment I would be just attaining success so quickly that it would be within maybe a short period of time. But and now when I look at it, it's been almost 4 or 5 months, and I feel like I'm in the same stage, but with the more knowledge and more insights. It's like experience is the best teacher, right? Experience. Once you experience something, then you will be able to impart that. And it's not just about having the information in your mind, it's also about experiencing certain things so you can incorporate that. And I feel like I'm in that stage where I experienced many failures, setbacks, struggles, and things like that in my create content creator journey early on. And now I realize so much more things that I wish I known early on, and that's why I just want to tell you guys some of those things. Now I'm more balanced in just having a workflow in the YouTube, and also just prioritizing the tasks which is required for that. And also, if I do put the content on the other ones, maybe just automate it or just reduce the time spent on the other platforms, because mainly it is the YouTube for me, and whatever platform for you guys, that is what you need to focus on. And definitely when we see other creators like Beer Biceps or Ishan Sharma, or like any other creators, those are the creators I watch. So they have platforms, all the ones like Insta, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube. So, and they're doing so good in all of them. But you gotta realize they've been doing for years, and they have a team. And as we're starting out alone, it'd be very hard to manage in all those platforms. So we have to just take it one step at a time, build in one platform, and then try to create a small base in the other platforms. Then maybe as you grow, you can get a team, and then you can get help with that. What is your biggest dream in life to achieve? That's a good question. I mean, I still need to think about that. I need to introspect more, and it's gonna take some more time to realize that, because I think nowadays is like, or especially for me and most of the people, that there's social media and all that things that burn out our true selves. Like everything is on top of us that burn out our true selves. So we don't know what we want, and we don't know what is the true values or like things like that. And maybe it's covered, and we need to slowly open it up, and then we will get more clarity of what we want. And just seeing the other people do that, we just sit down and just like I do meditation. So I sit down for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and I just close my eyes and ask myself questions and just go deeper within, trying to understand myself and what I want, what I can do. And it's a long process, it's a ongoing process which will never stop. And I guess all of you have to try it out. Just we're all constantly getting information from all four corners, and you got to realize that more information you get, it's not good. And sometimes I think that the more information I get, it's because I have the fear of silence. If I have like no music on and no social media and just having dopamine detox, I know that there'll be silent thoughts, there'll be silence, and there'll be like some maybe doubt and thoughts. And maybe I kind of have the fear of just approaching that. So maybe I do, or we do, some people do, and including me, like uses social media or listen to music, especially sometimes. Yes, social music is helpful, but I mean, if you really want to detoxify like your mind, just remove everything, and it's really difficult just to sit by yourself without anything, and because you get a lot of thoughts and you want to be alone, and sometimes you may not get any thoughts. That's the thing, you fear that you don't have any thoughts, and that's scary. Sometimes I just put a lot of music just when I'm working or doing things, and I realize that I actually don't need that, but I do it because I have the fear of what thoughts are going to arise, or if any at all. And that's the problem. And when we do regularly practice like the dopamine detox, it will be very helpful in just declutter, decluttering our mind, because this dopamine detox we do it on a one particular day, then the next probably 6 days we can just have a much more better balanced mindset and workflow, and then we come back to the one day and just repeat that. It's not that you just do it once and you're done. You have to do it regularly. Like it's a routine. Like I say again, struggles as a content creator, routine is very key. And some things that when you don't feel like you need to do it, you have to do it. And it's like it may not look good, or it's not what told on the outside, but it's actually what to do alone at like 2 a.m. in the morning, when no one's there by your side and when nobody knows what you're doing. That's what matters. And I believe if you can understand that, you can be one step closer in your like content creation journey and just trying to achieve what you want. One key thing I want to say is thinking long term. That's very key, because even when you do this dopamine detox, you can just have a more delayed gratification and just be thinking so much in the long term, and that is very beneficial, because you get the delayed gratification, which means slowly you get the gratification, opposite of instant gratification, which means it's not the pleasure or dopamine spikes instantly. And I believe that if you delay the gratification, this thing like you're pushing away the time it takes for you to get the dopamine, it will be beneficial for you because you get it after a long time. And when you do practice dopamine detox, you'll be able to think more in the long term. And most of us think only in the short term, including me sometimes. because I just want like the maybe the likes and the comments from the videos and stuff. But you have to realize that when you just take a break, shut down everything else, and you focused in the vision in the long term, you get much more clarity of what is required, because your mind is so much more capable of thinking what is required and what is important. So that's one struggle that I faced, this thinking short term, like 3 months, 6 months, even that, even longer you can go. It's like 2 years, 3 years if you want to go the distance, if you want to go that long, and just think that everything that you're doing is it aligning to that vision that you have. And once you realize that, you can execute on it, and that's so important, because the rest is actually waste. Because there's this thing called signal to noise ratio, where best example would be Steve Jobs, signal and noise. So most of you, if you're in, like Ayush, he's a triple E student. He was a triple E student. So electronics related students would know signal to noise ratio. Like ratio would be like how much signal you get to the noise. And Steve Jobs would be like I think 80 to 20, and that means you be 80% time of the day working and just focusing on what he needs to do, moving the needle so he can achieve the vision that he had, and 20% maybe for the family and the fun and stuff like that. But then I saw some of that even better than that. There's only one guy, Elon Musk, 100 to 0 signal to noise ratio, and that is he doesn't focus on anything, only the work, and every single thing that he does is only for work. Like he doesn't even maybe like the family and all the fun things. It's just avoids that, and just like even the sleep and everything. Just work, work, work. Even Sundays, 7 days a week. I mean that's extreme cases, but what we're talking about in our example is in our lives in as a content creator, growing content creator, is the signal to noise ratio that we can get or we have to achieve is much higher. It needs to be much higher. And when you have any ratio or any aspect or something like that, trying to just make sure that you're getting evaluated, then you don't know how much you're actually doing. And now now you know about the signal to noise ratio, you can just analyze yourself and just see how much you are working and moving the needle, doing the things that's required to achieve the vision, and the rest noise. So 60 to 40 probably would be good. And don't lie to yourself, just say the truth and know what is the truth. Like tell yourself what is the signal to noise ratio, and just try to work on that, because once you just understand what that actually is, it can really help you in doing for anything, because job, work, business, content creator, and anything. And it's so important to realize that, because signals, because it's things that you do to achieve that, but also while you're doing that, I would say like another signal to noise ratio within the signal, and that is like basically focus. Your how much focus you have for that work, and that's so important. And one other thing would be anti-vision. So I just saw these three success factors. One was signal to noise ratio, the other two anti-vision and priming. Anti-vision is basically you have a vision, right? So you think about what you want and what you want to achieve, and maybe in the long term, 5 years, 10 years. Anti-vision is what you don't want to achieve, what type of person you don't want to become, and the person that or the habits that you will not do. Like anti-vision is like you're simplifying your life. You're removing the things, or you're having the judgment of what you will not become, and that is very important. Maybe even more important sometimes than having a vision, because vision is like we'll try to achieve that, but so many distractions come on. But anti-vision is like sometimes we're more like negative is more sometimes more powerful than positive. So anti-vision, I think we have the mindset that we need to remove the certain things, and removing is like negative. So we think that we can do that. It's more possible, and maybe the key is just writing it down, writing your anti-vision down, 3 anti-visions, like your the person that you do not want to become, what you do not want to achieve. And most people don't write that. Most people do not write what they don't want to achieve. They don't even write what they want to achieve. So you have to write what you do not want to achieve, what you do not want to become, what habits you don't want to do in 5 to 10 years, what you do not want to become, and just write that down. It's so key, because most of us texting, typing, voice command, writing is the most important skill. Even after 10 years, when AI is there, writing is going to be crucial. Priming. Okay, now the third success factor is priming. So what that is you basically like condition yourself to achieve a particular thing, and it's process that like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and other people used. I just heard that online, and it's a thing that where you prime yourself to become or to do something, and once that's in motion, that you can just do that. And those are the process how you can do the priming, and that is very key. 3 factors: anti-vision, priming, signal to noise ratio. So that was what I had to say in today's session. Maybe I would like to do more of these, because it's very just giving the value and whatever I had in mind, because I had not, to be honest, practiced or anything. I just wrote some bullet points, and I'm just saying what's in my mind on the spot spontaneously. And to be honest, I like that. I love that. And I mean, I just practiced, and I feel like that content creation actually got me here. It's because of the videos that I put again and again, and even though I had the doubt. So, like, if you are a person who has a doubt or this fear of the judgment, whether whether or not should I start or not, just listen to your gut. You got to start. This is the best time. Creator economies, this is going to skyrocket, grow in the next 2 years. So you got to realize that this is the best opportunity, and you just have to go take it. And that's all I have to say, guys. Maybe do another session tomorrow like this, because I feel like I can give more value. I will do more specified topics with more research, and I've been able to, I mean, speak pretty well, I guess, and not excellently, but I mean, I'm able to understand and just tell you guys the things that I had in my mind, and just want to give you the value. And I believe whatever struggles that you have as a content creator or before starting this journey, know that it is one that will change your life, and that you just have to take the first step. And once you do that, the rest is history. So, bye, guys. See you guys in the next video.